Hey y'all, hey, come clean some Granny Smith apples with me. Alright, so the first thing you want to do when cleaning your Granny Smith apples is making sure you take all of those stickers and stems off of your apples, okay? Don't nobody want to have no stickers and no stems on them apples when they get ready to slice into them or bite into them, however they choose to eat it, because that's going to be the number one sign to them that them apples were not clean, okay? Make sure you get all of those stickers off. Next, we're going to go ahead and start taking off those stems after we got all those stickers off. I like to do a little twist and pull method on getting the stems off. Majority of the time, I do get all of the stems off with this method of way of taking it off, but sometimes it'll be a little bit harder. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I get that little bit of that stem off that wanted to be stubborn and then it want to pop out like the rest of them. So I get a nice little sharp butter knife. Just make sure you don't puncture your apple. And you're going to take it and you're going to kind of like wiggle at it. And it normally pops right on out. You shouldn't have to do a little bit too much, but for the most part, it comes right on out. Now we're going to go ahead and get into filling up our pot with water. And then we're going to go ahead and add in our apple cider vinegar and a little bit of lemon juice. I do use fresh lemons with this, but you can just grab some lemon juice from the store. Both of them work okay. One is not better than the other. I just always have fresh lemons on deck. So I just use fresh lemons to squeeze into there. I'm going to add a little bit more in there. A little more ain't going to hurt nobody. While waiting for the water mixture to start boiling, I go ahead and add in my ice to my water in the sink. This is just going to help your apples cool down right after they come out of the boiling water. Now, once that your water is boiling, you're going to go ahead and start adding in your apple one at a time. Some people do two. I just go ahead and do one because I don't want to overboil one. But you're going to do each apple for 10 seconds. You're going to kind of swirl it around. And then you're going to drop it into that ice water that I showed you guys. Again, take you an apple and you're going to just swirl it around into that apple cider lemon boiling water for 10 seconds. Once it reaches 10 seconds, you're going to go ahead and snatch it on out. And you're going to place it into that ice bath of water. And you're just going to continue to do this process until you're finished with cleaning all of your apples. I'm going to show you a few more times the process before we move on to wiping them down. All right, now that our apples are nice and clean, you're going to take each apple from the ice water and you're going to dry it off really good with a nice clean towel and place it onto paper towels. Now, you can place it onto paper towels, or you can place it onto wax paper, or you can place it onto a nice large big towel, whichever works best for you. It'll just be sitting there for 48 hours until you get ready to dip your apples. Now, during those 48 hours, you will notice that the apples start to change color. It will become a little darker and it will start to release sap from the apple. Now, it's very important before you dip your apples that you get kind of like a damp towel. It doesn't have to be super wet, just a little damp. And you're going to wipe each apple down because you want to get all of that sap off of those apples. And you want to make sure the apple is dry completely, cleans completely before you take those apples and you start dipping them. Okay, it's very important because you don't want to leave anything behind, because that'll be a headache in itself, because you'll still be wondering why you got bubbles in your apples. You feel like you did everything right and it came down to that last step. So just make sure you clean all the sap off of those apples. Okay, and I'll try to come back and show you guys how the apples look in between time and before I dip them, how they look. Okay, thank you. I hope this helps someone.